Hey guys, this is Key here from Kegland and talking to you about our new Benchy chillers. This is the first of a range of a number of benchtop chillers which is coming out under our new name Benchy. So the Benchy chillers are an awesome portable little unit which is compact enough that you can literally drop it on the bench top like this. It's light enough that you can pick it up, put it in the boot of your car and take it to those festivals, events or barbecues or Christmas party and just drop it on a bench, plug it in a power socket and pull the tap and out you've got a cold beverage coming out within 2 hours. This particular unit is our Glycol Benchy. We also have a carbon heatsink one as well, which is coming out, which is even lighter again and slightly more compact. Then we've got another one that's coming out, which is a carbonated water dispenser as well. So that's also kind of exciting, going to be released in a few months from now. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of this bad boy. Now, of course, there's other portable keg systems out there. For instance, if you look at our website, you'll find the jockey boxes or magic boxes as they're sometimes called. Now, they're the types of units where you've got the cooler box, you pop the lid open, you put ice in there and that chills down a cold plate. Now, that will chill down beer and do a very similar job as this and doesn't require any power, but then you've got the hassle of having to source or purchase ice and fill up the box frequently to keep the whole thing cold. However, these types of units have a glycol tank, so we'll have to top that up when we first get it. So when you get the tank, you just pop the lid open like so, and there's a little cap inside here like that, so you just remove the cap. Then we do sell glycol separately in these types of containers. You'll have to put a little bit of the glycol mix in here and then top it up with water. Now, if you don't have any glycol available, you can of course just use straight water in here and no glycol at all, but it means that you won't be able to set the temperature on sub-zero. So that means you're not going to get quite the performance benefits you will get going sub-zero. And the other thing is, it means that you won't be able to get the beverage quite as cold either. So if you really want to get your beverages super cold, I would go with the glycol liquid and be able to set this at maybe -1 or -2. The other thing is, this unit has a handy little sight glass on the front of the unit so you can see the glycol level and just verify it's high enough to be doing the job. And the other thing is the duotites on the front, you can just pop out the front if you need to drain the tank. So if you had to transport this unit and you're worried about glycol potentially spilling out, you just pop that duotite fitting out the front, drain it back into a container like this, and then the unit's safe to transport. The tank inside this unit is about 15 litres, I believe. Check the specs on the website, but yeah, because it has a reasonable size glycol tank here, you've got a bit of a cold bank, I suppose. So and it means you can handle those little peaks in service if you have to pull, a few jugs at a time, for instance, and the unit doesn't warm up. But that means, yeah, this unit has still quite a reasonable amount of power and able to handle, some peaks and troughs in the service period. In terms of actual power and performance, the compressor is able to chill down about 20 litres of warm beer per hour. So if you're pumping through like, one of these kegs, that's a 20-litre keg, you can pump one of these through this machine pretty much once every hour, and this unit's going to keep up. So for such a compact unit, it's fairly powerful for the job. The other thing I'm going to show you is the plumbing and how simple that is. If you look at the side of the unit here, let me just switch this around. You can see the side of the unit has these 5/8 threaded bulkheads on the side there. So the plumbing's really, really easy. Because it's 5/8, it suits the wide range of gear that we've got. So you can put a duotite like I've just put on there. That's one of the least expensive and easiest ways. Or we've got the ball lock disconnects or the K-lock snap lock type fittings that you can screw onto here as well. But for the moment, I've got the ball lock disconnect on there and I've got this small piece of beer line here. So to plumb it up, you just have to push that in here, and then on the other side, I can just push the ball lock disconnect in like so. Now, I'm not going to show you the gas side of it because there's heaps of videos on how to use a gas regular and gas cylinder, so I'm not going to bother about that. I've got a corny keg here, so literally once I've got the plumbing, I've just got this black ball lock disconnect, put this on the liquid outpost, and once my glycol tank's chilled down, literally after plugging this thing into your mains power socket, it takes about 2 hours to cool down. I can just start dispensing beers straight away. Now, the beauty about this type of unit is these kegs are sitting at ambient temperature. So unlike chillers like our kegerators, for instance, like the Series X kegerator is a great unit. and it keeps the whole keg cold, which is preferable in some instances. But if you don't have the space for a big kegerator or anything like that, and you just want to have your warm keg sitting out in the environment like this, you can put these under the bar and even have 4 or 5 kegs sitting under here, and you just have this fairly compact unit on top of the bar. Then this can obviously be a very preferable type of scenario. Now, if you're using commercial kegs, on the other hand, the plumbing's very similar. I'll just disconnect this here, and you can see I've got a 20 litre commercial keg here. This one has the A-type keg coupler. So if you're plumbing up one of these, it's equally simple. Just get that beeline, you pull out this ball lock disconnect from that unit. Sorry, there's a bit of water in here. Just whack this straight in the top of the keg coupler. So remembering, all keg couplers are pretty much the same, where you've got the beverage coming out the top of the keg coupler and you've got the gas coming into the side at that 45-degree angle. So once again, not going to show you the gas. You can look at another video on that and how to use keg couplers. I've got plenty of videos on those in the past. Get the keg coupler, put this on top of the keg coupler like so, and then just depress the handle like that, and away you go. It's really that simple. Now, the drip tray does come included with this unit, so that's a stainless drip tray that comes in the kit. The taps, on the other hand, you need to purchase separately, and that's because we're not really sure which taps you guys want to choose. We've got an increasing range of taps available now. These particular ones are the NukaTap SS's, so there's stainless steel, standard tap, and these are probably one of the most common taps that we sell. But for this particular unit, I would honestly consider getting the NukaTap FC taps or some type of flow control device, because having a little flow control lever on the side of this particular type of unit can be really useful, especially when you don't know what temperature your kegs are going to be. As a result, you're not really sure what gas dispense pressure you're going to need, and that being the case, sometimes having the flow controller on the side of the tap makes it much, much easier to use and really easy to balance. Well, you don't have to do anything to balance it. You just basically twist a little lever on the side and away you go. So that's pretty much it. So if you're looking for a compact, easy to use, electrically efficient, and really quiet unit, which is portable enough that you can lift it up with one person, put it in the boot of your car, but is still powerful enough to pump through 20 litres of beer every hour, then this is a fantastic option for you. Anyway, if you want to hear about any of the cool new stuff that's coming up, like our little Benchy sparkling water unit, which is going to be released sometime next year. So literally that unit, you just have mains water coming in. It'll actually carbonate the mains water and chill it, and then it'll come out the tap on the front of the unit as cold chilled water, or cold chilled sparkling water on the other tap. So that one's going to come out in the future. And we've also got the Benchy carbon heatsink model, and that model is another great unit. It's a little bit more compact than this, so for those people who don't mind sacrificing a little bit of capacity for an even more compact and portable unit, the one with the carbon heatsink will come out at some time in the future too. So if you want to hear about any of this cool new stuff that we're working on and all the other cool new gear we've got on the horizon, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bottom right hand corner, hit subscribe now, and you're going to be the first ones to hear about all that cool stuff coming out. The other thing is, sign up to our Facebook community group. We've got a Facebook homebrew community group specifically to Kegland members. So just Google Kegland homebrew community group and it'll pop up there. Subscribe to that one, join the group, and you'll hear about a lot of other cool new stuff and share a lot in the discussion that's going on there too. If you got any comments on this particularly, just comment below. Ask me a question, shoot me anything. If you guys want us to make a cool new variation to this or whatever, just put it in the comments below and we'll respond as quickly as possible. All right, thanks for that. Hope to see you next time. Bye.